get ready with me for bed while I tell you rules that I'm going to have with my teacher. Okay, rule number 1. They can stay up on school nights. They can stay up until 11. Otherwise, they can go to bed as early as they want. Rule number 2. When it's a weekend, they can stay up until 2 a.m. in the morning. But otherwise, when they're older, like above 10 and like 10, 9, and 8 and above 10, they can go to bed whenever they want, but not like very, very, very late, because then they'll be really tired. And yeah. Okay, rule number 3, if we're having like dinner time, lunchtime, or breakfast time, just put it in here. If we're having, dinner, breakfast, and lunch, then if they don't finish all their food, then I really don't care. It's fine. We can just throw it out to the dogs. I won't get mad at you. It's fine. So, you don't have to finish all your food. Rule number 4, you cannot eat in your rooms. You can eat in the kitchen when you want a snack, but you don't have to, you can't eat in your room, just like you're gonna have to sit at like a table in your room. And rule number 5, you can sleep with me, but the age that ends when you can't sleep with me when you're like 7. That's the age that ends. So when you're 7, you cannot sleep with me anymore. But you can make a pallet on my floor in my room. Because, Laura. So you can't sleep in my bed when you're 7 anymore. Rule number 6, you can have a boyfriend when you are 10, 11, or 12. Hang on, 9. When you get to 9, you can have a boyfriend. But otherwise, if you're younger than that, you're not having a boyfriend. Rule number 7, you will get a phone when you are 8. You're allowed to get a phone when you are, when you are maybe like 7. You can have a phone when you're 7, but you cannot have boys' numbers. You can only have your dad's numbers.
Dad's?
And like your uncle's numbers. And
why would you say
things
dad's?
like that. You cannot have any boyfriends
until you're 10
on text messages, and you cannot FaceTime any friends until you are 8.
What?
Rule number 7, you cannot have Snapchat. No, I didn't. I did number 6.
No,
you cannot have
didn't?
Snapchat and Snapchat, Google Meet, Instagram. You cannot have Snapchat, Google Meet, and Instagram until you are 10, because I don't want my kids to get kidnapped, but I will be checking my kids' phones every week to make sure they're not doing stuff they're not supposed to. Rule number 8, you cannot have makeup until you are 5. Rule number 9, you cannot have a sleepover at other people's house until you are 6. But other people can have sleepovers at your house. at my kid's house, but they can't have sleepovers at other people's house. Unless it's like their cousins and they're like their uncles and aunts, grandpa's house, things like that. Oh, rule number 10, I will not be a strict parent, and you are allowed to have a YouTube channel, a TikTok account, and stuff like that, but not Instagram stuff. Like, you can get kidnapped, and especially not FaceTime. So, bye, y'all, and just so you know, I want a boy and a girl. 2 boys, 2 girls. Bye, y'all. I'm not being a strict parent.